Hey, what's up, y'all? Good evening. Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, everybody in the Let's Talk group on Facebook, as well as everybody that's joining us on YouTube. We just wanted to come on tonight. Hopefully, Shakita will be joining us shortly. Keisha is outside enjoying this beautiful weather. She in the front of her house, so y'all can't see her. Y'all know she like to play hide and go seek any day anyway. But we just wanted to join y'all tonight. Hopefully my phone is working and you could be able to hear. But call in if you have anything you want to say about the topic tonight. Area code 570-795-4283, and just be patient because if I'm talking when you call in, I might not be able to get to the phone quick enough, so you might have to call right back or whatever. But basically, we just want to talk about the protests and what's going on, and just be mindful that this isn't just about George Floyd. It's about all of the unarmed people being killed. I mean, in America, definitely the black people. So I know a lot of people are saying doing this for George Floyd, doing this for George Floyd. You know, they were just protesting down in Louisville, Kentucky, for going to the police went to the wrong house, killed the girl. You know, so we not only just posted for George Floyd, we protesting for injustice in this country. So just be mindful of that and don't just say, well, once those other three cops get arrested, if they get arrested, that we gonna stop protesting because it's bigger than that. What's up, Keisha?
Nothing. Arrest means nothing. I just want to put that arrest means nothing. They've been arrested before. Um, but didn't you go to a protest today? How was it?
Yeah, I went to a protest today, and that was the first time I went to a protest in over 20 years. I went to the park to work out, and as I was leaving the park, they were protesting, and majority of the people that was at the protest, actually, I probably was the first black person there.
Hmm.
It was a nice protest, and like I said, when I was putting up the videos from the protest, where I live at, you very rarely see protesters like that because where I live at is a hot spot for basically white nationalists. So when you see those type of protests, it's different. It was good. It was still going on when I left. Still going on to about 5:30, 6 o'clock. They also tomorrow they're gonna have a walk from one part of town to the next part of town. That should be even bigger than today because people know about it. And the people that was out there, one girl had over 500 names of unarmed black men that was killed in this country on a placard. So
Wow.
people are more aware than we think. And sometimes I notice in these protests that sometimes we're so worried about who's not there instead of worried about who's there. And we need to get out of all that personality stuff. I know me and you had talked about the situation down in Atlanta as far as them destroying cities. Um, what you had to say about that, Keisha?
About Atlanta.
Yeah,
Uh, so like I get it. It's a lot of black owned businesses and it's a lot of black owned things down in Atlanta. So yes, I understand don't I'm a black owned business, don't tear up my stuff. But to me, some of these celebrities is kind of doing the most. Um, I'm a small little one person business operation. Sometimes it's me and my nephew. I got business insurance. I got errors and omissions coverage. Like y'all don't have insurance. Like if y'all are renting, you have a storefront. Like it's insurance for stuff like that. Like um, and not how I want to say it's not like I agree with the rioting and the looting, and I know people are taking advantage of the situation, but you also have to think, well, why? Why are people rioting and looting? Like some people, not just black people, because I don't know what I'm watching, but most of the rioters and looters are white. But they're just as devastated by COVID as we are. So they was taking grocery bags out of Target. And why are we more upset than Target is? Because Target is saying they stand with the protesters and the rioters.
I think I
Like,
think I think that a lot of people are being distracted, worrying about the loot, the looters, and the rioters. At the end of the day, we shouldn't be letting that distractive of
I
unarmed
just
people
think that
being killed.
that's a what do you mean? That's like always a reaction of this. But it's like we allow it to take away. Oh, they think we're animals. Who gives a shit? I mean, and I love white people, but I don't give a shit about what they think about me. Like, we
One of
so
one of the,
busy
one of the,
trying to live like them.
one of the things that I noticed is that people be concerned about the looting and stuff. Like, this is what, and I'm not saying that these protesters are war, but what do you think happens with war when they go when you invade countries? You not only take the leadership, but you take everything that's worth something. When they go over to places in the Middle East, nobody says nothing when they take the gold, all the stuff that they was taking in Iraq. And anybody that knows anything about Iraq knows that Iraq is considered was Babylon thousands of years ago, and it's a rich it's an older country than even the countries that invaded it. So my thing is, and I'm not comparing a protest to looting, but these are the spoils of war. Like I said, I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be going in there. But at the end of the
I'm not.
day, go ahead, Keisha.
I wouldn't loot and riot and none of that either, right? But it's always in life is a cause and reaction. So some of the reports that I was reading is that when the people went in Target to buy milk and different things because they were pepper sprayed or whatever the case, they wanted water, Target didn't allow them in. So then they got mad. Like, even most of the times when things like this happen, and you hate to say it, but it be like the police initiate the violence.
Yeah, and even so much so that most people may not know that Target's home base is
Is them
Minnesota. It's in that
right?
area. It's right there. I mean, like, they got
And for
insurance, man. And
me,
I'm not
it was
I'm
just
not justified
weird.
by saying insurance, but it's just weird that people have leaned more focused towards the looting and the destruction of property more than anything. And like I had explained, or me and you had discussed earlier, like, this is America. One thing we got to understand that this country, if this COVID didn't teach any of us nothing, this country is built on capitalism.
I was there.
Capitalism,
It's a
capitalism run this
capitalist
country.
society.
And I hate to say it like this, and then somebody may sound like, you sound negative. I'm not sounding negative, but I'm saying when you start tearing shit up, that's when people start
That's when
noticing.
people make, yeah, because you tearing up property and money, and we already messed up behind COVID. Because that was the swiftest firing I've seen ever in all oh my years.
So when they decide to build Minnesota back up and they build that third precinct, everybody's going to remember that third precinct got burnt to the ground because four cops, in their dereliction of duty, was complicit with killing the unarmed black man. So when they build that precinct up, everybody's going to remember that. Just how we remember Emmett Till, the things that have happened,
Right,
Sandra
right.
Bland, everything. Like, and at the end of the day, like, this is just property. Like,
Because
I,
we've never stopped being property. We Once we lost our value and we wasn't slaves anymore, this is how we've been treated. Like this, if you look at the history of it, happens like every 5 years or so that something like this is a powder keg and something like this happens. But what's interesting to me in this one is the white people are upset. It won't change until the white people, you know, they gotta want it to change. And Minnesota, Minnesota, that's a white place.
what was it, like
But
60,
they
67%, right?
yeah, but they are pissed off. It's the and I hate this mean shit that's going on. Like, I love my people, but y'all be trying my nerves. I'm not gonna hate white people for the dope white friend. Like, what the hell are you saying? You know that meme I'm talking about where they
That's yeah,
kiss
yeah.
their
No, no,
ass?
no. That's the sucking and jiving meme.
What did
Where
he
they
say?
saying I'm not gonna let a few of the bad white people mess up the good white people. Like, what the hell does that got to do with anything?
What do that have to do with this? What y'all want to talk about now?
Because it's good and bad
Or
race. We know it's good and bad in every race.
first of all,
Race,
let me
cop,
tell
good.
you, my son, my son, he a little Black Panther. I think his aunties did it. So, he down with the protests. My One of my best friends who happened to be white, she called. She said, "Is he in Newark?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "He not calling me back. Do he know I don't have no bail money?" Because she lost her job in COVID. So she goes, "And what are they talking about? All the people that's looting and rioting is white. Why are they trying to put this spin that is black?" I know that that's who she is. I don't have to, you know what I mean? I don't have to make a post and say that. That seems so disingenuous to me. You know, my friends are good people of all races. Like, I don't know what's wrong with us. Or then you talking about black on black. What in the hell do black on black crime got to do with this specifically right now? And then every day you ain't talking about black on black crime. So
Yo,
what are you talking about?
it's so bad. Like Keisha, I was talking to Dwayne right when Aubrey got killed, and Dwayne mentioned somebody's name when we in the midst of our conversation. I was like, "Who that?" He's like, "The guy that got killed 6 months ago last year." It happens so much that unfortunately, we don't even know how many names it is. We don't. It's been happening over and over and over, and it
We
really just turned up in the last
PTSD.
15 years. 15 years, it's like been
I
turned up.
hate to say it. It seemed like it has gotten worse since Obama was president. I know they want to blame Trump, but it seemed like, things have been a little shaky since he became president. But, and some of the protests was peaceful. Like, it was a cop in Atlanta. He was, shot. And here's my thing: right is right and wrong is wrong. So, like, I think Tennessee, one of the police chiefs was like, "This is all the way wrong. And if you're a police officer and you work for me and you think this is right, you need to quit."
I know one thing about the Atlanta situation, and I love people, but you sucking and jiving jokers down in Atlanta that's running around thinking that the city of Atlanta is some special black mecca. Y'all need to knock it off. Like, y'all don't own most of that shit down there anyway, and it's not like everybody. Oh, don't tear down Atlanta because you get Killer Mike up there. He all over the place telling people to go home and strategize. All he ever want to do is talk at black people instead of talking with black people. He has no understanding of the culture, and then everybody always think that he know what he talking about. He don't want nobody to tear nothing up. But then in the same instance, he says, "Oh, I'm glad y'all CNN. That's like karma because I watch Cartoon Network and CNN too, but that's y'all karma." Like, come on, bro. Like, at the end of the day, stop it. Ain't
He
nobody
up there
encouraging.
crying and he up
Ain't no,
there crying and shit. I was
ain't,
so
ain't nobody encouraging nobody to tear nobody property up.
bless his heart. Bless his
However,
little heart.
however, if it happens, it happens. Like, most of us are sitting at home enjoying our very day. We ain't in the middle of most protests. The protests everybody criticized North New Jersey. The protests in North New Jersey was great.
Oh no, it
Thousands
was
of people was
smooth.
down there. Thousands of
It was
people was
smooth
down there.
because Ross cared about his people. So it went smooth. He was down there with them. Like, right is right and wrong is wrong. Killer Mike, you probably own a bunch of that shit in Buckhead, and that's why your ass is crying. So, you are capitalizing on um the dysfunction and the bad treatment that black people have been getting. That's all I see. You and fucking T.I. I'm
Oh,
sick.
don't tear down Atlanta like Atlanta's this precious place.
But then they like,
Everybody's encouraging people to protest in other cities, but when the protests come to their city, they got a problem. At the end of the day, we can agree to disagree. Anybody that's watching, if you want to get some shit done in this country, this is a capitalistic country. You start messing with people money. You start
That's
tearing shit
true.
up. Watch what happens. And
But
I'm not
I but
encouraging that because I don't want nobody to get themselves
but
in
here's my
trouble
thing
and all that
with
stuff. But it's the truth.
Killer Mike. Oh, we have to have a plan. You've been talking shit. You've been on the revolt stage and all this. Where's your plan, dude? Where's your plan? Where's your plan? Y'all only plan was don't tear up my shit.
Yeah. But when it was
That
going,
was your plan.
but the day before he was mum's the word when it was going on in Minneapolis. This is the hypocrisy that we got going on, and even in Minneapolis, it's a lot of people that are considered, race provocateurs. They running around here, and it's been reports that it's been a lot of white supremacists, undercover cops going in the cities, tearing it up. I don't know if that's true or not because I'm not on the ground. I know it's
The
some.
Minnesota, the governor said it's true. The governor said it's true. But even still, it's like you never show like them protecting. It was some black people protecting the police, right? That ain't on the mainstream news. Then what else did I see? Then it was some white rednecks down there. They was protecting people's stores, but it was some black guys down there right with them. They were in it together.
Yeah, that's
Like
one
I
thing I didn't
agree
understand. Like
with what y'all.
the news interviewed those two when they said they was rednecks, but they didn't realize that those guys is part of what they call an organization that this brother that I know started out of Philly called Black. It's called Black Guns Matter, and what they do is they go. All of these guys is open carry guys. They go state to state whenever something happens, and they stand as protection. It's not a racial group. It's black guys, white guys, all of them are Second Amendment people who have open carry, who are open carry, and they didn't even talk about that. They just went straight to the white guys and said, "Oh, the rednecks are here. They're going to protect the property. They're
Right,
protecting
because
everybody's property."
and what annoys me, well, it doesn't annoy me, but when I became an adult, I finally started to recognize that I'm not, I get frustrated with white people, I do, but Americans don't know history. So if we've been taught wrong, they were taught wrong too. They were taught the same shit that we were taught. So it's these images like we animals. Like we say that shit too. Oh, we look like animals. Y'all don't see them white folks rioting and looting. And I'm talking about Minnesota. Now, these other states is something different. That Atlanta shit, that's black people robbing Gucci. But in Minnesota, when it started, them people was white. But we sitting there calling ourselves animals. We just as
Or,
confused.
or the statement, and I'm not knocking nobody for what they got to say because you're entitled to say and believe what you want to say. Or the statement,
I'm knocking
don't
your ass.
don't don't
Listen, I'm
don't
knocking you.
don't do
Y'all,
nothing. Don't do nothing because this is what they think we are. Like
yeah,
what?
I'm knocking you. Or I gotta wait for all the evidence. So now they saying that he had underlying conditions. It's COVID all over again. Or and I'm trying to stop using the N word, but the Negro pen said to me, with the Ahmad, well, I think it's gonna work out for him. That man did. Like, and I'm telling you, I'm a mother with a black son. Like, and a so-called in quotation marks black man said that to me. Like, money, like we have this fascination, like money solves everything. No, it doesn't.
Well, I'll just say this: that for those that may have never seen that show that we did on Negropeans and Bedwinches, if you really want to get an in-depth understanding of why we always bring it up, you need to look at that show. It's in the group, and it's as well as it's on the YouTube channel, and you'll get a better understanding of what a Negropean or a Bedwinch is. Because the sucking and jiving that a lot of us be doing, it's sad.
And
It's
then
sad.
they be race based, like the ones in interracial relationships be the race baiters. Like they go in on white people on the white platform. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But then they'll go in on black people on our platform. If you don't sit your confused ass down, listen. I have taken a social media break
And that's what
because
that was the video you sent me in reference to what LL said. LL said that the people that are raising biracial children, imagine how they feel right now, and that's why
yeah,
he was
because
so
this
upset because
it,
people took his tweet out of context because people don't be understanding what people say.
because we are a biracial people. Yeah, they so busy saying, "Oh, because I'm biracial." So is the rest of us. The hell that mean? Just because we don't acknowledge it, what does that mean? You think that's going to cause you to be treated differently? Like the slave master populated his plantation with his kids and
Mm,
enslaved them.
mm.
We are a mixed race damn people. My
Oh,
mother is light skinned.
so they be thinking they got that pure skin, huh? The pure,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Like knock it the hell off. And if you dealing with an American, shit, your white side, you might be black. Like, if I be so confused, and because I'm not really an angry person. Like, I'm very happy, but I struggled today because my son skipped out. He didn't tell me he was going. He skipped out. I said, this boy done went to the protest. Now, where did he go to the protest? Did he go to New York or is he in Jersey? So I text him. He like, I love you. Told on himself. I said, well, what are you doing? But here's the thing. He's a man. This affects him. I can't tell him. The mother in me is like, no, keep your ass home and be safe. But I get it. I get it. And we're not listening to their generation. They are very upset. All we do is sit and argue about who shot John. And the kids is telling y'all, like, oh, the
They
black
don't
people
see.
didn't vote.
See,
And
I
that's
think
why Trump got in.
Keisha, I think that's one of the biggest issues with us and not listening to the younger people is the young kids don't care about Republican. They don't care about Democrat. They don't care about who president.
They don't care
They,
about
they, they
sexuality.
don't
They
care
don't
about
care about
sexuality.
race. They don't
They
care
want
as
us
much.
adults to they want us adults to figure this shit out. And if we
And we're
can't figure
not.
it out, and if we can't figure it out, they're gonna continuously say, "Y'all old heads in the way." Like,
Hmm.
I
And
really
it
think
ain't.
that I really think that a lot of people they gotta get out of this box and stop allowing themselves to become that old person, that get off my lawn type of person, and listen to what these younger kids and younger generation are
And
saying.
we so triggered. And I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about Americans. Like we gotta stop growing up with white people. We're more alike than different. I'm gonna tell you. Well, you know it, especially where we grew up. We grew up in a working middle class town. So the white people, they may have been immigrants, but they was from Newark and Irvington and Elizabeth. And y'all black asses been in where y'all was, but then some of us came from surrounding areas. So we had more similarities than not, right?
Hmm.
So we get up there like they so much better than us. Or we ain't got no culture. We ain't got no this. We ain't got no that. What in the hell is wrong? What did y'all parents teach y'all? I'd be so confused. No, it's not funny. Like I'd be so confused. I'd be so confused. Like an alleged black man
Look,
told
I
me
know,
that we
right,
had no culture.
right. Look,
I'm confused.
right now, they just started protesting in Utah.
It ain't even
You know,
no black
Utah.
people really in
See
Utah.
what people don't understand is that Utah, they did the Mormons, right?
Hmm.
When I just seen the report, I was thinking about people were saying about, oh, the Amish is down with us, the Amish is down. Listen, I live an hour away from Quakertown. The Amish and the Quakers were against slavery. They were
Hmm.
against slavery. So we really goes back to what you said, like a lot of us, I don't know what we were doing in history class and what was going on, that we just have no understanding of history and understanding that a lot of people are fed up with what they've been hearing, and definitely the Quakers, because they most of them don't even watch TV. But a lot of people are fed up with what's going on, and they have a right to be fed up, not just black people. And it's a lot
No,
of people
people
fed up.
and what LL was trying to say, a lot of these white girls got black babies. A lot of these white girls got black men. They don't want to lose their man. It was one thing when we was losing ours. Now they losing theirs. So they, and and places like Pennsylvania, Boston, Virginia, it be KKK members and got with black grandbabies.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Joker tell you they racist. They got a whole family of black people.
black, yeah. So but it's affecting everyone. But I just don't understand how we be like so down on ourselves. We're animals. They got us believing we animals.
Yeah, because a person is sitting 1,000 miles away on their computer and then judging somebody.
Yeah,
Excuse my
and you
language,
don't know that place could
and
be.
I'm only repeating what people have said. Burn this bitch down if you got to. If you got to get justice, ain't it
Mm,
worth it? I'm asking everybody that's watching, if you have to get justice for every black person that has been unharmed, that has been harmed unjustifiably in this country that we know of, so it don't never happen again, you might have to burn this bitch down.
but here's
I
the
mean, what's the
thing:
problem?
we put up the post in DC when they was fighting the cops. If people don't have shit to lose, this is what's going to happen. These kids don't care. Then the millennials, them kids after the millennials is worse. Yes, they going to fight the police. Yeah, they are. They're going to jump the police. So something needs to happen.
I'm just amazed.
Because
I'm amazed that people start criticizing the protesters and the quote unquote rioters and looters instead of criticizing the injustice that's going on.
but you
It's
got
still
it.
three
But you
cops. It's
don't
still three
know.
cops that's not even arrested.
But you don't know what's going on there. Like we don't know what the climate was in Minnesota. Which one was it? Mike Brown. The climate was bad anyway. So it was a powder keg. It was about to explode
Yeah, Ferguson.
anyway.
Ferguson is a segregated
Right.
segregated part of St. Louis.
So how y'all 100, 1,000 miles away criticizing what they doing? You don't know. And I'm gonna tell you, if it's one of mine, y'all gonna criticize me because I'm not getting on no news. I ain't singing no fucking kumbaya. I'm not doing all that. I believe you kill my cat, I'm gonna shoot your damn dog. Now that's how I feel. So I'm just warning and putting the shit out there because college kids is always in the mix. I have a sophomore in college. College kids, this is their time.
If anybody wants to call in, you can call in. The numbers below. Area code 570-795-4283. Hopefully I'll be able to hear you. I do have the phone on. And if you want to call in, you have any thoughts. I don't know if everybody gonna hear what you're saying, but if you have any thoughts, you can call in. Um, call into the show. You can comment on what's going on. If you got anything to say, got anything to add. We really didn't have like no subject. We just wanted to talk about the protesting, the unrest. Let's just use that word in
Yeah.
all
And
the
and
cities in
why would they
America.
be rioting Gucci and Louis Vuitton? That just don't make no damn sense. It really
Hey,
don't. And
hey,
I get,
Gucci. People said they've been blood sucking the hood for years. They might as
yeah,
well go up in there.
that's true. Somebody did say that and was like, wasn't Gucci canceled? And stop with that. We don't got no power. That Black Twitter is something else. We need to come together and figure out what we're gonna do. That's where the issue is. Because some of us just want to accept and say, you know, take our chances with going to court. How in the fuck has that worked for us?
So just know that Utah, they are rioting, protesting in Utah. So if anybody's
The
ever been to,
Mormons,
yeah, everybody ever been in Utah, they know what's there. So
the
you know,
Mormons be in the hood. You ever seen the Mormons in the hood? They don't. I like the Mormons. I don't know. I don't know. Another
I see
day.
somebody in the chat has said they need to stop police brutality. Period on our black men. I agree with you, but even in that aspect, is still a
They
lot
need
of
to stop
injustice.
police
Yeah,
brutality in total.
and I do have family members that are in law enforcement, and I do got friends that are in law enforcement, but we probably need to break the whole system down. I know y'all think I'm
Yes.
bugging because when you think about it, they're nothing but modified slave catchers. This is where police came from anyway. They were slave catchers.
Right. They were slave
So
catchers. But
so
here's the thing, like they should have like doctor's insurance, malpractice insurance. If you had to get an insurance policy, you'd be a little different. And the money, so you know how much you getting screwed? We paying these people that they killed, and then we burying our people. This is a fucking amazing. But they do. Like, they have no onus.
so we
How did he
so
do
so we
something
so we pay
19 instances?
we paying for our own people to get killed.
Yes. Yes. We a
Hmm.
taxpayer, right? You pay taxes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. So you mourning twice or three times. And that damn Cuomo is trying to be y'all president. You see him?
Yeah, he doing a lot of sucking and jiving right now too.
Murphy said something similar, right? They can't stand Murphy ass. He
But see,
said,
believe it or not, like I was, like me and a friend of mine was talking, Murphy could say that because I'm gonna tell you, they're not gonna tear nothing up and riot in Jersey. It has to
mm,
be something really, really serious. Jersey, I don't think has had tore any property up since Dr. King got killed. Like Jersey people don't. It's something about it. They don't really do that. They may, a car or something. But as far as businesses, because I guess the North riots destroyed the city so bad when it happened, and all of us that was raised around that area, if parents have been through that, it's always been told to us. So I guess most people won't mess up that area. So Governor Murphy will always be like, he can say certain things, but it's a lot of politics being played, and it's sad that
it's a
even with the
lot of
COVID,
politics. It's a lot of politics that's being played right now by everybody. And it's just annoying. It's annoying. And it's people that still ain't got their first unemployment check or ain't got their first um, bit of money from the SBA, these business owners. It
hey, somebody just tried to call in, call back. I don't know what happened. Call back.
so it's people are struggling. And it's not like it's people that struggling that never been without their job before struggling.
Keep talking for a second, Keisha. Go ahead.
That makes people do strange things. But now the guy is on suicide watch. They got to walk into him every 15 minutes. Did you see that? Did you hear me? And his wife done left. She trying to get the book money. I don't trust that shit neither. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're muted. There you
Hey,
go.
Keisha,
Huh?
we got Aunt Beth on the line.
Hey, Auntie. Now I gotta stop cussing.
Hey, Beth. Keisha said now she got to stop cussing.
You ain't got to stop cussing. It is what it is. You grown.
Hey, Beth,
She grown.
you had something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I do. So you were talking when I said they need to stop this police brutality.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So I'm saying saying that the police brutality has to stop, period. This has been going on as long as I can remember.
Exactly.
So, when we have peaceful protests, that's one thing, but nothing gets done. We want to talk about it in the court systems. We want to talk about what we're going to do better, but nothing is happening. As you can see, now, because of social media, this is just getting out there. And I have seen so much brutality on the internet lately, just since this has happened, that it's unreal, right? So I'm in Ohio. Columbus, Ohio right now is on a shutdown. They have closed down the street. So they sick of this. They are tearing up everything they can downtown. I can't be mad at them. Because hurt people hurt people. So until we stop this brutality against anybody, and then until we start seeing the same thing happening to everybody, like the young man that was around killing folks in Jersey, he was a white guy. They were looking for him, pleading for him to just stop doing what you're doing. He went in unscathed. Right? Floyd, he had a $20 bill and he may not have even known whether or not it was counterfeit. So it's the color of our skin, and this has been something that's been going on since biblical times. So my thought really is, white folks have not thought we were going to be anything other than slaves. They're afraid of us.
We heard you.
Yeah. So until they really buck down on this and they start charging these police for what they're doing, the other 3 police officers, they all need to be charged with that. Because if it had been you or I, we'd have been an accessory to the murder after the fact, right?
That's right. That's right.
We have to treat these cops as human beings. They don't have any more right than we do to take a life. And so that's my comment.
Thank you for calling in, Beth. And look, and a bunch of us remember when y'all was marching back in the day when Rest in Peace Beetle got killed too.
Right.
See, I remember them days.
A bunch of us remember when y'all was marching back in the day. That's right. I remember them days. Y'all were little kids, but you still, it made an impact on your life. That's not why you're an activist. That's why you're an activist for what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Keisha, you stop cussing.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Thanks for hearing me out.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
She right.
She exactly right. Hey, Amikwa, I know you watching and you down in Atlanta. We were talking about Atlanta, Amikwa, how a lot of people in Atlanta, it was like the celebrities from Atlanta was more like on some save Atlanta, like Atlanta was like this special city. And nobody wants nobody to, like I said, nobody wants nobody to destroy nobody's property. But at the end of the day, people doing what they think they got to do to survive. Like, none of us really understand, unless your back has really been up against the wall on something, nobody knows what's going to happen. I mean, and then you got to look at the opportunist. I mean, somebody break into an Apple store. I don't have Apple products, but if you got a iMac somewhere sitting around, some of us may take it when it fall off the truck or whatever. So you never know. So Amikwa, you in Richmond now?
Oh, okay.
Oh, she said one of the store clerks. She says one of the store clerks in Richmond got killed or something. They ain't talking about it.
But I think that's what's happening. Like, some of these places is already powder kegs.
Exactly.
So any little thing is sparking them. Like, I got family in Ohio. They are literally shutting Ohio down before it even gets started. So.
Because they be having little, like you said, little stuff be going on in these cities that we
That
don't
you
be
may
hearing
not know about. Yeah.
That we don't be hearing about, and then all this stuff it be the thing that started. Like I hate to say it took Dr. King to get killed, like, and it set off, like, it took the president of the United States, John F. Kennedy, to get killed for them to
And you know,
finally sign the civil rights bill. Like, come on.
a white lady was talking about the Newark riots today, you know, and she said, like, Newark didn't recover. Why? Because the white people left. Like, it's not that, you know, downtown wasn't thriving when we was little. So, I mean, downtown was thriving. What happened was the white people left. That's really what happened after the riots. And now they're coming back. So they don't really want nothing to pop off in Newark because, you know, I don't think it will. I really don't. I don't see it, you know, happening like that in New Jersey. Maybe South Jersey. South Jersey is a little different than
Yeah. Yeah,
up north.
it's a different dynamic. You start getting
Yeah, it's
past
a different
Trenton,
dynamic.
you start
Yeah,
getting past Trenton down there.
but
Somebody,
you know,
somebody, somebody, somebody in the comment, somebody in the comment, and I'm gonna feed into this one because it's one of
oh
the nights.
god,
Somebody said your president now is empowering this behavior as well. Um, I'm gonna take that comment and laugh because if you think that this is going on because of who's the president, people getting their asses kicked. If you've never got your ass kicked, you wouldn't know why people is rioting. So I know that somebody said your president. He is my president, just like President Obama was my president. I
I
already think
think
I
they
know who that
think.
is. I know who that is.
I think that people
I know who the
think
comment
that
is.
you like Trump or that I like Trump. I don't like Trump.
I know who that is messing about the president. Hey, but
Uh,
Amiko was saying that they never really talking about the store clerk that George Floyd supposedly won in. Like they saying it was a counterfeit bill. Like a counterfeit bill, most people can't even tell a difference between a counterfeit bill and a real bill. Like
the stores, first of all, if he went to a corner store, they probably gave it back to him. The banks and stuff keep it, but a corner store ain't even gonna argue over no fake. You got to use something different.
I
So
I do disagree. Somebody in the comments said, "Oh hell no, it's just easier now because they feel it's okay." That's all. You're absolutely wrong. Keisha is one of them people. Um, I'm gonna just tell you just something that you didn't know about Keisha that Keisha don't tell people. Keisha dealt with racism in Minnesota at the Mall of America. So I
well,
don't
we
want people
dealt with it. We dealt with it coming back.
like
I can't tell my best friend business, but we was driving.
listen. I don't want
It's
people to understand. People got this thing and this theory in their head because of CNN, Fox, MSN that racial stuff just happened. I don't know where you got that opinion from. I don't know what type of news you've been watching, but this shit been
Keisha
going on.
has been dealing with racist stuff my entire life. Like someone asked me on a post when I said you know, I'm not viewing who I'm gonna vote for on whether or not they racist. And they was like, what do you mean? Okay, one racist white man versus another. I'm more shocked when they're not racist. Like, you know, I'm okay with people being who they are. So I agree that Trump has emboldened people. There, but they were racist anyway. Like, this ain't nothing new. This been going on. Just been going on. This ain't nothing new. That, you know, but so for me, it doesn't impact me because I would rather you tell me to my face that you're a racist or you ain't gonna like me. I ain't gonna deal with you. I'm not of this opinion that I want to be around people who don't like me. I'm okay, separate but equal. I mean, you know, that now that's just me. Some of y'all though, it's like hurting y'all heart to recognize that your very best friends um don't like the rest of us. They might like you, they don't like they think you different.
Oh
Your
no,
ass ain't different.
Keisha, you Keisha, you are different.
I ain't
You
different.
Keisha.
I'm not
No,
different.
no. Honestly speaking, though, ain't nobody trying to minimize what's going on. Well, you might see me smiling, you might see Keisha smiling. We just, because at the end of the day, there's
That's what
nothing that
black people do though. Like,
we make good with what we go through every day. We make some
right.
shit happen. So don't take the way that
I
we may be
mean,
smiling the
and
wrong way.
and you have to make some stuff happen, but I can't be focused on um I I can't remove racism. Black people can't remove racism. We didn't create it, so we can't. I mean, so I'm not going to sit and worry about it to that extent, like some others. Um, Even to where Trump was saying, like, y'all got to listen to what he said. Like I listened to my parents or whatever. So in Newark used to be, it was white people in Newark, and it was a Imperiale or something, and some white people came into Newark to beat up the black people, and Imperiale went off and was like, "Oh, y'all don't come down here and mess with my niggas or whatever."
I
So
mean,
now
I
that
mean,
was the story told by my parents. Trump's
Keisha,
vernacular is like the same.
Keisha, they, they even felt that way. I don't know where nobody else was at, but keeping it 100. When we used to be running
Union.
people up off of when we used to be running people up off of Miller Street, if the cops came, if they wasn't from the town, they'd be like, "Oh, you from out of town? Oh no, y'all got
Yeah,
to go. We locking y'all up. We gonna
don't
let
be
y'all
down
get
here
beat up
messing
or
with.
whatever,
Yeah,
and
don't be
then we'll
messing
deal
with
with you."
them.
Like,
Yeah. So and that's kind of what Trump said. Like MAGA loves the blacks. I mean, I know he all over the place. Did you see him say that?
y'all better leave my president alone.
Yo, Trump is out his rabbit ass mind. He said MAGA love the blacks.
Y'all better leave my president alone. No, but really, really, like honestly, if anybody that's watching, I know most people that's watching. All jokes aside, Joe, make sure y'all go back into them archives of the show and check out the show we did on bed winches and Negro peons, because it's a lot of sucking and jiving going on right now. They giving CNN, Fox. Don't be getting on if you go on Fox. My girl Teslan is on Fox. Be easy on Teslan. That's people's. But if she the only one on Fox I mess with. But CNN, Fox, MSNBC is getting these token black people, and I'm not going to call them names, but just be careful what they saying because they doing a lot of sucking and jiving right now. Like at the end of the day, listen,
They acting a little coony.
I love my people, but remember, justice was never given to no one. That's all I'm saying.
And, and but
I'm not promoting
and
violence.
all of us need to start thinking about a plan. So a plan is the whole police departments need to be revamped. All
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
Because white people suffer from this also. Believe it or not. But
Actually,
I
you
can't
mean
I
it's
can't fight y'all battle.
it's funny. It's funny, Keisha, that me and you talked about those statistics last week. Like, if most people seen the statistics of crime in this country with police, you'd be shocked that a lot of the gun violence crime with police is kind of more white people. But what happens?
But
It may not end in death. It may not.
but because they have a lack of respect. That's what some I ain't gonna call them the N word, but they gonna say, we don't teach our kids to respect the police. Who raised you? Of course we teach our kids to respect. They don't teach their kids to respect the police. Because the police work for them. They supposed to work for us too. It just don't work out that way.
I mean, even to the point, like, and I said this when Donna put up her post, like, if when you listen to black women, as a black man, I'm not gonna say I don't think about the stuff if I get pulled over. I mean, at the end of the day, I wear it with pride. It is what it is. But if you understand black women, if you got a mother, aunt, sisters, any black woman that has a child, even those that don't haven't had a physical child, if you listen to that talk that they have to give to all of us, that talk alone is depressing. That talk alone is like sad. Like that shit is sad that you know where your son at 99.9% of the time, but you feel more safer with your son in the house with you than going outside enjoying his quote unquote younger years of
Being
life.
20. Yeah,
Yeah,
being
yeah.
20.
And
Like,
you know
I
the
really
decisions he
had to
gonna make.
get
Like
over it. Yeah, I
you gotta
really,
tell
like, today had to get over it. Like,
you gotta tell
and
him how
not
to
say,
handle
come
himself.
home.
You gotta tell him how to handle himself if he get pulled over. That makes no sense. How I gotta tell you what to do if you get pulled over? You get pulled over, you should just be able to get your license, registration, and go about your business. But you have to tell them a code of conduct, how to act if they get pull over. Like
Right.
that doesn't make any sense. And until that conversation is over with, nothing has
Mm-mm.
changed.
Well, you don't want them to have their OJ moment. You know what I mean? You
What's the
so
OJ moment? We talked about
yeah,
that before. What's the OJ
yeah.
moment?
They slapped OJ black ass back into black reality. So, but when you raise your kids in a nice area with nice things and they don't want for nothing, and
Hold on,
they think
Keisha.
they could. Who calling? Bless you. Bless you. I can't hear you. You're on mute. You're muted.
Big Buck, you on the line, Big Buck.
Yeah, what's good? How you doing? Hey, what's up, Keith? How you doing? Like,
Hey.
she hear you.
all right, look, I hear what y'all saying. You told me I'm not gonna curse. Not gonna say nothing, but this whole thing has been wrong ever. Okay, now you talking about Kennedy, back Martin Luther King get shot. What has changed? I'll ask you a question. What has changed in the past 50
Gotcha.
years or 400 years or 500 years for the African American male or female?
Well, I agree with you. Nothing has changed because true reparations has never been given.
That is correct. And what I'm saying that this last incident, right? This is something new. We're talking about Trayvon Martin. We're going back to Trayvon Martin. It's like I understand the marching and people are like, why are people burning things down? Because when you march, nothing happens. You got to realize we're getting murdered in the middle of a pandemic. That man didn't even die from COVID-19. He died from COP-19. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is real, man. Every day I walk out my door, I'm a target. I got this brief story. I was in Home Depot. I had to go pick some things up, right? So it was hot in there or whatever. I just pulled my mask down a little bit, like just to get some air. This Caucasian woman gonna walk up on me and say, it's supposed to be covering your nose. I calmed myself, right? Because of the simple fact that I had to understand what my surroundings. But why did I have to do that? What is that whole business? Okay, see, this is how things start. You have to understand that, as African Americans, you want to know, as black people, we always got a kowtow and coattail and all those stuff. And the thing, I shout out to all the Caucasians and the white people that is out there marching for us, right? But come on, this has been going on forever. Unless I said it on a Negro bed, we need an economic base. Okay, we need an economic base in order for these things to change. Okay, you can market as people you want. It takes money, and that money is influence the power. We need more politicians, and if you want a better police force, then we need to be recruiting more African Americans in that police force,
right?
In that police force to do that.
Not modify slave catchers.
Exactly, and not being able to just the fact that some of these cops don't even have education, man.
True.
Okay.
And some of the black ones need to stand their black ass up.
You know, I read an article one time. There was this guy who was in the Midwest or whatever. He was like 50 years old. He had worked at I think he had worked at an electrical plant, like something for that county all his life, right? He had his daughter. I think his daughter was like 5 or 6. She said, "Daddy, read to me." He couldn't read.
Wow.
I don't know the name, whatever. He couldn't read. See, this is the thing. You have to understand that the economic disparagement with us versus Caucasians, right? It's all about money, man. It's all about money, man.
Yep.
It's all about money, man. It really is all about money, man.
So let me, Buck, let me ask you a question, because you have contributed to a show, so I'm definitely going to give you a little bit more time, and I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think that the foundational Black Americans will ever get full reparations in this country?
Yes.
How do you think it's going to come politically?
It's going to come through revolution. All right, this is the time of revolution. Okay, you got to realize that back with George Washington, this is what this country is based on. There was no taxation without representation. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
That's why we had that war. That's why that war. Christmas Attucks was the first man to die in American Revolution. Okay? We will get it. Right? We don't get a reparation. Because you know what? If we don't, we are going to burn America down. Trust me, I'm saying though. It is going to happen. That man sat on that man's neck. I can't even call him man. That animal sat on that man's neck for 8 minutes and 69 seconds. 2 minutes he was already dead and still sitting on his neck. The 17-year-old girl that filmed that is getting threatened. African American, we are not out here to take this anymore. We will not.
I'm getting the side.
You see, you think that Atlanta and Minnesota microcosm was going to go across this country. We are already economically deprived already. With the coronavirus, it's put us in a lower place. Black people are under pressure right now. It's a hurricane. You say it's a hurricane. It's about to explode. This summer is about to be off the chain. Listen, if they don't do anything to that man, you can forget it. America might as well go back to sleep. The economy is already in the toilet. And now you add this on top of it, they burn down businesses back. We won't get all reparations.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you, brother. We got to hook up, man, so you can come on the show again. So
I'll definitely come again. I just had to call in.
Yeah, because hey, listen, man. I think that a lot of people in the group wasn't in listening to the Bedwenches and the Negro Opinion show. I think we need to do a part 2 to it. And definitely, because you know how me and you get when we start talking. We definitely need to start talking about the Lee Merritts and the Benjamin Crumps of the world.
Because we get on that stuff. Why is Benjamin Crump always somebody lawyer? You need to get up. Come on, man.
He the new Al Sharpton.
I'm gonna leave y'all on this. All right. Y'all have to stop.
All right.
I'm talking about black people. Y'all have to stop talking and asking white people to save you. The only people that's going to save us is ourselves. And I'm believing on that, though, brother.
Thank you. Thanks for calling in, bro. All right.
Good night. You heard me?
What'd you say?
And Ben Crump is like the new Al Sharpton. He an ambulance chaser, I swear.
I mean, all they want to do is get people to, they don't even work on the criminal case. They work on the civil case, and they just want people to just...
The publicity.
And see, that's what happens a lot of times. And I know that, I'm not just speaking for George Floyd's family, who have been speaking up, but this is one of the things, Keisha, and I don't know if I ever told you this. I haven't went to no protests in something like 20-something years. And the reason why I stopped going to protests or supporting stuff, even on Facebook, I never used to say nothing. Because what I learned is that a lot of these families, when they get killed, they get money and then they be signing non-disclosure agreements. And so while we out there protesting, they getting $2 and $3 million and not saying nothing. I saw the other day on a news clip where Sharpton said we wouldn't be at this point if we would have dealt with Eric Gardner. Like the Eric Gardner situation was sad, but his family was like all over the place. Some of his family
Hmm.
members got money. I know one daughter, she died. The other daughter's still fighting. Then somebody
But
got somebody
see,
out the deal, and it's like,
money, money is the root of a lot of our problems and status. Like a lot of us get to a certain status and we forget about our brother, or we. So that is a big, that is a big problem. Or they don't want to mess up what they got going on. You know,
and maybe we need to talk about that during the show. I think that
we can talk about it, but I say
a
if
lot of
Harriet
people
would have left your ass, I'm leaving your ass
no a
too.
lot no a
I'm
lot of people, like you said, a lot of people don't understand that, we didn't as a like even Buck just explained, it is a major disparity with the wealth gap, but a lot of us didn't have money coming up, and then you know with the growth of the family unit, a lot of people got money now and they think they're all right, and then as you always say, they get their OJ moment, and it's like, oh, you got a little bit of, you got a couple dollars, you don't move to the burbs, you don't forgot about the struggle, you don't forgot where you came from, and and this happens a lot in our community, and like I
It
said,
happens a
with these
lot. And
with people getting killed, I'm telling you, you would be amazed how many of these families be signing non-disclosure agreements. I mean,
well, I mean, that's just a part of a lawsuit. Like, I done sued a job or two. So when you get your little money, you got to sign a non-disclosure and they ain't accepting no guilt. But then the lawyer gonna tell you this the way, for you to be compensated. But like, no money is gonna bring a life back. Like, it's so weird to me, and we're weird. Like when I got to a certain age, I wanted to know more. Curious. I love history. We don't even understand why they took us from where they took us, why they took us, the ones,
yeah.
because of our skill set. So then we look down on people who want to use their skill set instead of getting education. Like some of that skill set might be like that might be, our natural predisposition, you know. But we are strange people, or think that just because you was able to write some papers, you smarter than the next one, but you ain't read nothing out of college. Like it's we need to re-educate ourselves and try to rebuild together. Or like some white person going to say, not shopping, what they putting on the Facebook, don't shop from on July 7th.
Oh yeah.
He said,
See, even in that aspect, Keisha, don't get me wrong. I'm with all that. It's easier for me to do that because of where I live at anyway. I can't even get a good ass meal where I live at. I can't
but
get no good groceries.
we all over the
But
place. They
but
like,
that's
well,
a
let's get,
distraction.
you're right. But listen,
Those things are distractions to keep us off the course. We gotta get justice.
we got to get justice and we got to get a plan. But what annoyed me was like, well, that doesn't work. And I'm like, well, what y'all thought the Montgomery bus thing was? They didn't spend their dollars. Now
Well,
it affected
financial boycotts do work.
but
Financial
we all
boycotts
over
do
the
work.
place. We all over the place. We couldn't even do, well, I ain't going to do that. Why would I do that? Oh, okay.
See, one of the biggest problems, Keisha, and I noticed is if you suggest to me to boycott something, my first response is everybody else ain't gonna do it. No,
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be worried about everybody else because everybody else, some people may not can do it. So if I
Right.
can do it, I shouldn't. I should just do it.
Do your
Stop
part
worrying.
and
Yeah,
stop worrying
do your
about the
part.
next person. Do your part. But or then like they'll dog a small business or a black owned business, but keep your ass in Walmart. Like we are mentally something. The elevator don't go to the top. We don't give each other chances. You know, don't even get me started. The elevator just don't go
But
to
see
the
that
top.
even goes and I'm not trying to take this off a subject that even goes to how the group is viewed. Some people continuously have this mentality that they'll say something about somebody in the group or something that they don't like, and instead of saying, I don't agree with that statement, could you explain it to me a little more? they'll they'll comment and be like, "That's a dumb statement." Like when I had kicked the
Yeah,
first girl that I ever kicked out the group, the only one that has really ever been kicked out the group. She said, "This is a
that's
dumb
a
group. Don't nobody know what they talking about." Like, what are you talking about?
mm,
Like,
right.
and all for nothing, majority of people in the group have an education as well as they're well read. So this is what I don't understand with people, and that's one of the biggest issues is that we as people sometimes we don't know how to talk with each other. We talk at each other. That's why I don't like your boy Killer Mike. I'm gonna say that's your boy.
I'm sick of his ass up there fucking looking like a wimp. He fucking crying. Shut your black ass up. I listen.
He
I
don't
have
want
been
to.
staying
He don't want to.
away.
He said he watches CNN because he likes what Ted did. He called Ted Turner by his name. He said Ted has done a lot for us. So don't destroy the CNN building. Y'all go home and go strategize. Because I watch Cartoon Network and CNN because CNN, matter of fact, y'all getting some of y'all karma. Man, you all over the place. Say one thing or be
So
another.
it sounds like he's a puppet. That's what it
Exactly,
sounds like.
exactly,
So
Dwayne.
they
Dwayne,
forced
you said it
him.
right there. They're official crumb bums. Real
Yeah,
crumb bums. They're crumb crabs. They're
I
straight
hate
up.
him. Hate it here. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But I don't. I try not to
They
judge
nothing
people.
but
I
crumb
really
bums who
do.
leech off the communities.
Yep. Al Sharpton 2.0. And that's another problem with our community. The ones who get in there, they sell us out like the fucking Black Caucus. Hate them too.
I'm being nice tonight. I'm being nice tonight.
They will
But
sell
just
us.
but
They
just know
will
for the record,
sell their kids.
Congressional Black Caucus, I'm coming for y'all. I'm gonna be nice
Sick of
tonight.
them too.
I'm coming for y'all because they are non-existent. They are a joke. They need to realize why that Congressional Black Caucus was created for a certain reason, and they have done their constituents dirty. They haven't stood for nothing since Dr. King. And
Mm-mm.
I will say it, and people could get mad at me, but anybody that's in leadership, we have not had a leader since Dr. King that spoke for the people. And the
And let
reason why I'm
wait.
gonna say it, because everybody got their plush jobs, sat around and
Mm-hmm.
sugarcoated everything and forgot about the communities. Forgot about what was going on in the inner cities in this
Yep.
country.
You're right. And I'm gonna say this: if Biden was really looking at Klobuchar, he dead in the water after this,
Yeah.
cause
But
she
then
let
she but
that boy get away on her watch.
but then I seen she tweeted talking about good job. Good job or something like good job. You could have been got this guy six incidents ago.
Yeah, yeah. And please. Why he don't have to pick a black woman for me? He just gotta pick somebody that got some sense compared to Trump and Pence and him. I just need somebody that got a little bit of damn sense.
One of the things, like I told y'all, and I know somebody said that in the chat, I'm gonna address the congressional. I'm gonna address the Congressional Black Caucus one day, and I'm gonna tell y'all that y'all need to be y'all. Everybody needs to be aware of the Congressional Black Caucus that they do not serve. If you're a Black American, they do not serve your interest. I'm telling you, their voting
No.
record sucks. They haven't done nothing for the Black community.
That's why Biden threw them under the bus.
Oh, they forgot. They didn't hear that part of the interview, Keisha.
Biden
That he
threw
threw
them
them
under the
under the
bus,
bus
child.
when he told them that they told him to do it.
Yep, he threw them clean. He took his medicine that day.
Yeah, it's funny. In that 18-minute interview that Biden did with Charlemagne, most of us just got out of it that he said, if you don't vote for him, basically you're not black. But what most people didn't understand is that when Charlemagne asked him about the crime bill, he began to throw everybody under the bus. Even though he wrote the crime bill, he threw everybody under the bus on that, and he even threw Hillary Clinton under the bus for losing the last election. He said Hillary was wrong, and ever since he did the interview, he apologized, but he's still he even throwing Charlemagne under the bus now. He calling Charlemagne a wise
Well, you
guy.
know, he has to separate from the Clintons. He ain't gonna separate from Obama, but he has to separate from the Clintons. But
Yeah, so somebody said that Killer Mike and T.I. on half the South Side. Well, I hope they got insurance because they need to burn. If they decide to burn that bitch down, that's on them. Like, in all due
okay,
respect, I do not want to. I'm not advocating for nobody's property to be destroyed. But at the end of the day, sit back, everybody, and remember what you learned in school.
but
We are in
I'm
a
gonna say this.
capitalist country. It only responds to money situations. When you just put it this way, Minnesota got at least $100 million to spend right now, and if you think somebody ain't gonna pay for it, that cop gonna go to jail, and they gonna be down 100 million, and then that police force
Uh-huh.
gonna change
For a
a
minute,
little bit, at least a little bit, because guess what? Somebody lost money.
right? And the other officers, if they don't get charged, they're gonna be working somewhere else. But this is what I want to say. Maybe Killer Mike and T.I. really don't do that much for the community. And the reason that I say that, because if it was known that they own it and that's their stuff, then why did they touch it?
Hmm.
Like, you
That's a
know,
good point, because a lot of times they
we
don't
gotta
touch certain
ask.
things.
Right, we gotta ask ourselves these questions. Are they shafting people at their restaurants? Like, because we be hard on us too. Sometimes harder on us than a white person. So what is really going on? That's the stuff I be wanting to know. Because outside of that, you should have a good insurance policy. You shouldn't miss a dime.
Listen, somebody said Jeffrey Epstein was in bed with the Clintons. Listen, I ain't trying to go off the subject, but y'all should look at that Netflix story on Jeffrey Epstein. Check it out. I'm just gonna give Netflix that little promo because Netflix says something nice about us. So I'm gonna just return the favor and tell you
Oh
look
yeah,
at that.
Netflix did say something nice, but I don't care. Like the
But that's
Clintons
what they
and
do. That's what they do. They say token nice stuff, Keisha.
yeah, like the Clinton and the Trumps was friends. So moving right along, birds of a feather flock together. Like what do we
Yeah, but Epstein was with Clintons and the Trump, so it's like
yeah. Like I hate that
we
about
know that
people. Like
they used to be friends,
they
right, Keisha?
yeah, but then they'll be like, they say something bad nice about Obama and here come the Trumpsters. Like or Trump like why do y'all even care about Obama at this rate? And I mean, I like them as well. Don't even get me started. I get enough hate in this
But yeah,
group. I'm gonna leave that opinion to myself.
back to what we were saying about the Ti thing and Killer Mike. Like, listen, respectfully, when you invest money, if you about to lose you can lose your money. I am not advocating nobody to tear nobody's property up.
At
But we
all.
are
I'm
in a
not advocating
capitalist
that either.
country. This country is based off of number one, they got free labor from our ancestors. Number two, this country is being ran like a corporation off of money.
Yep.
If you want to shake the establishment, you start messing with somebody's money. You see the sports teams, they willing to come back under any circumstances because they might not get paid. So
Yeah,
they don't
because
even care about COVID like that. They
Trump done
willing to
messed
play
up
in empty
the
arenas and empty stadiums because it's about money.
listen.
Like, yo, it's about
Trump
money,
has
y'all.
messed up the church's money literally. Even the churches, he done messed up their money.
Yeah, and that's a
So
whole nother
and
subject.
then I don't even want to because now Fauci is saying like I don't trust any of these people. But then it's like, well, who do you trust? Because now Fauci's saying something totally different. Like, what is going on in this world? Like, we're in hell. This is pure hell.
Yeah, I know, and I'm telling you, if this cop from Minnesota, he's costing that Minneapolis at least $100 million.
Yeah.
They got to rebuild that city and that police station. Oh, it's gonna be some problems. It's gonna be some reform in that police station. And I'm not saying, listen, I need everybody to understand. I am not promoting nobody to tear nobody's shit up. But I'm telling you, when you start tearing shit up, people respond. That's what shakes the establishment, yo. If you
But
look at
and I hope the people in Minnesota is looking to be like, well, we need to change these laws. Like, the people in the background, that's what y'all need to be coming up with.
one other thing that people need to look at is that the AG for the state of Minnesota,
Mm-hmm.
as well as Barr, whatever the AG here is. I don't even be
Mm-hmm.
knowing Trump. I don't even know Trump's government. Like everybody be thinking I'm a
No,
Trump
no,
supporter. Yo, I can't even tell you his cabinet members, Keisha, but they be thinking I'm
me
a Trump
either.
supporter, right? But look, Minnesota has hate laws on the books. They have hate crimes on
Uh,
the books.
and that's the charge he needs.
So if he gets charged with a hate crime, he can only get charged with a hate crime by the state or federal. So if he gets charged with a hate crime, that's gonna get him more time. I
And
know a
what
lot of people.
people should be doing is putting that in Trump's ear. See,
I know
because
exactly.
he gonna do it. He wants y'all blacks to vote for him. Like, you got to use what you got to get what you want.
But one of the things, Keisha, I know that people was upset when they said, "Oh, he only got charged with third-degree murder, third-degree manslaughter."
Oh, okay.
Just I don't know Minnesota laws, but that charge was actually smart because for them to charge him with first-degree murder, it would have been almost impossible to prove unless they get some background information. I know I saw a video where he should have got charged with it, and it was an interesting video. But if you know anything
But
about charging,
now they saying that they beat him up in the car
yeah,
before they put him
I
to the
saw a video
ground.
where
You saw that?
yeah, they was giving George Floyd that work right before they killed him.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah. But he was a big guy. Like, people, I don't know, they be intimidated. Like, you could be 12 years old, they think you 23.
one of the questions, one of the statements that the brother just said, Keisha, was the privileged want to talk about destroying stuff during this protest, but don't say nothing when they bust stuff up at
Jack,
the championships or winning sports.
right.
Like, cause they tore San Francisco up when San Francisco won the World Series.
They do that every year. We only do it every couple years. They do it every year. We do not do it every time it happens to somebody. But then they say it's different, or here's what we have to do. Don't engage. I'm not teaching anyone that doesn't want to learn.
Say it again.
I'm not teaching anyone who doesn't want to learn. I have real true blue white friends that are upset that they want to learn. They ask questions. I don't mind having conversations with them. But the other ones, they could go to hell with expeditiously with gasoline draws on. Like, I don't got time to be talking to them.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here looking at something.
It's so quiet.
Yeah, it's a quiet night. It's a bunch going on. But Dwayne, I know you watching on YouTube. Dwayne, tell us what's going on CNN right now. I heard Utah. They done started cutting up the Mormons. The Mormons is out there.
And
You know,
they didn't even like black people.
they telling jokers, man, Brigham Young done came in a vision, and somebody
Mhm.
respectful. Let me stop playing. Let me stop playing and get on my silly shit tonight. But I don't want nobody to think I'm disrespecting their religion.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
that's true.
Yeah, Dwayne, let us know what's going on with Utah right now, because I had seen something where they started cutting up in Utah. Hey, where's our other co-host? She said she was gonna try to join us. Hopefully, she get a chance to come on. We've been rocking for a minute. Your phone ain't died yet, Keisha?
Mm-mm.
But yeah,
Nope,
anybody
it
want to
did
call
not.
in? Any comments or questions? We here. Like I said, the phone number's on the bottom, 570-795-4283. If you have any comments that you wanna say or whatever, just call into the show. It's working. Keisha, you heard when Beth was talking? Oh, so that's good.
I heard Chad too.
Okay.
I heard them both. Yeah.
Okay, here is
Ain't
the
no
headline.
deer though.
Dwayne giving us the headline. He says, here is their headline right now. Fury, frustration in America's cities on the fifth night of protesting. So America's been
Oh,
burning for 5 nights now.
mm.
They live in
Burn,
Minneapolis. Thanks, Dwayne.
burn,
Appreciate
baby,
that.
burn. Who said that? I'm gonna start. Um,
Ain't that Paul
Adam
Mooney?
Clayton, Adam Clayton Powell.
Oh yeah, Adam Clayton Powell said burn, baby, burn, right?
Burn, baby,
See,
burn.
but they made it seem like Adam Clayton Powell was, he just passed for a white person and he was soft as hell.
No,
But
he wasn't soft.
they don't realize the Reverend was far from soft.
He wasn't soft at all. But we talk about that. Like our light skinned brothers and sisters, when they pro black, they be pro black. Okay? They ain't paying the five.
Yeah, anybody want to call in? You can call in. Area code 570-795-4283. Call in if you got any thoughts, comments, anything that's in regards to the protests and the unrest in America's cities are burning. And just know that, like I said in the beginning of the show, it's not just about George Floyd. Even though George Floyd's situation was like the wick that burned it, that started all
Mm-hmm.
this, it's been going on. I mean, every last black person that I know has been taught about Emmett Till. So it's been going on before Emmett Till, during Emmett Till, up until this day of this lynching type
And
of
the only
mentality.
reason that some change happened with Emmett Till is because she had the open casket, his mother. So, it to me it's unfathomable. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
Keisha,
even
Dwayne said that he had somebody say to him today that we should be we should be more like Martin Luther King.
because they don't know who Martin Luther King is. I hate those people. I hate those people. I really do. They really want to tell you that you should be more like Malcolm in the end of his life, but then they say Martin Luther King. Like Martin Luther King was sick of the tricks and the trickery. Y'all give us a half of Martin Luther King statement that don't even be the whole thing. They are so draining. And when it's us,
Yeah,
it,
he
it
said he told her, yeah, he told because she's privileged. She's one of those privileged, and really, she's just worried about her daughter who happens to be a cop. Like we worried about our families that are in law enforcement. Um, he told her
we
privileged self, "We've been marching for decades. We tired. Our feet tired.
we
Our arms tired of holding up signs."
then the cops need to do better because I don't know. They think that we don't have cops in our family. Like we don't know no police officers. Like what are you talking about? So we know the people dying and the people protecting in the court in the middle. Like shut up. I just want them to shut the hell up with
Yeah,
the
that's
nonsense.
that's one thing I did notice when me and Dwayne was talking earlier about that. It's like people be real so condescending that they think like we don't black people don't know no law. They don't have no cop family members. It's
I
like
hate the all lives
nothing's going
matter
on.
pride.
You don't like even today. Like I told you when I was at the protest, you had a couple people come by and be like, "All lives matter." Well, even though I don't agree with the founders of Black Lives Matter, the premise of Black Lives Matter is true. Like, yo, that a black person's life should matter where they're not getting killed out in the
Right,
street, and they're getting their life is not even being treated better than a damn animal.
right.
So it's like people say all lives matter, or they'll even say blue lives matter as a way of trying to combat Black Lives
Silence
Matter.
you. It's a way to silence you. Like, we got police officers and military and everything else in our family. Like, what are you talking? But that's because they just have a disdain. That's when you see how much of a disdain that they have. Like, if you talking about this boy, this man, because he was a man, they took his, they killed him. They put their knee on his neck. He was crying. He was calling for his mother. This a grown ass man. And you'll get up there and talk about looting or all lives matter or blue lives matter. It's something wrong with y'all. But I think though, and I'm gonna be honest, it's a hard pill to swallow to recognize who their ancestors are.
Say it again.
It's a hard pill to swallow to recognize who your ancestors are. Like, they were horrible people. Who enslaves their own fucking kids? Think about that. What kind of mind does that type of stuff? So how can you
Mm,
reconcile that? That might be my, great 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 grandfather. That's a hard pill to swallow.
mm. All for fake money. Hey,
Right.
one of the things that I seen that somebody said that unfortunately with George Floyd dying, he was yelling out for his mother, and his mother been dead for 2 years.
Yeah, he was on his way out when he was calling for his mother. Well, that's how we think. When black people dying and they start talking to other people who dead, you feel like they on their way to the ancestors. They on their way out. But that was a man. That wasn't no, like, who does that to a man? And then y'all be so concerned about damn animals. And be quiet as a church mouse when a black man, a child, something happens to them.
Shoot, they ran down on George Floyd like they should have ran down on Bernie Madoff. Shit,
Yeah.
and Bernie Madoff trying to get out for COVID. He done robbed all these people for millions and millions of dollars, and they worried about George Floyd
And
over
he in a
uh,
country
uh,
club jail.
allegedly $20, and he in a country club somewhere talking about he want to get out because of COVID because he fits the category.
Yeah. I, it's a disgusting world we live in trying to raise kids in. What you laughing at?
My peoples.
Mm.
But yeah, so we ain't gonna keep everybody here too long. Uh, we've been talking for a minute. Ain't nobody else called in or had any more comments. We know everybody tired. The weather's nice. Um, we appreciate everybody for joining us, and appreciate it. Appreciate, like I said, we appreciate your support. Tomorrow night we doing a show. I'm gonna have a guest on. He's a licensed clinician in the state of New Jersey as well as Pennsylvania. One he does counseling, deals with people with substance abuse. He gonna come on tonight at 7:30. Hopefully,
Tomorrow at 7:30.
yeah, tomorrow at 7:30. So if you know anybody that's dealing with these issues, substance abuse issues, or addiction in general, a good friend of mine is coming on the show. And I believe that if you guys listen to his background, you will love his background. He has a very interesting story. He's in the group. He been laying low. He ain't really been saying nothing. But like I said, tomorrow night at 7:30, he's gonna be on. I don't know if Keisha's gonna join us, but I think Shakita's gonna be on the show as well with him.
Yeah,
Um,
Shakita, and she's excited about that.
so we gonna have brother Rod. He gonna be on the show tomorrow night, 7:30. Like I said, he's a licensed clinician. So if you know anybody that has any substance abuse issues or issues with any addiction, this may be the show. And you know, even if you got most of us got family members that have that problem, I believe he'll be a very interesting guest because he could talk about things because those of us that know anything about NA, these are anonymous groups.
Mm-hmm.
He's not in NAA, so he could talk about things when it's dealing with for lack of better words, I'm gonna say a word when you're dealing with addictions with endorphins and stuff like that. Endorphin is the
Mm-hmm.
chemical. So remember,
Mm-hmm.
we all got endorphins in us.
Mm-hmm.
So just remember, he gonna come on tomorrow night, 7:30. My friend Rod. So y'all have a good night. Y'all stay blessed. And don't overdo it. Don't get fat off the hog for the rest of the night. Y'all take it easy. Good night.
Good night.